Alright, we are in match 4 of this league, Bloodbraid Elf Zoo. We have all of our colors. We can cast all of our 3-drops. We also have a curve. I'm pretty sure this is just an excellent keep. We probably lead on Temple Garden just because it makes Nicodle a 2-2. I'm sure that's somehow relevant. Maybe we're up against Burn and they're going to lead on Goblin Guide. Do we even want to trade Nicodle for a Goblin Guide? It's Urza's Tower. Hoo boy. Hoo boy. Alright, that's fine. Second Nicodle or Tarmogoyf. We could play Pride Mage for the Exalted trigger. We can't blow this up yet. Oh, we can use Pride Mage to blow up Oblivion Stones and Wormcoil Engines. Oh my god. This is simply the greatest deck that was ever conceived. Did I mention that this deck's fun? I think we're going to have some fun this match. It might just not be Goyf. I'm going to play another Nicodle. Maybe Bolt Face. Goyf's an 0-1 right now. Even if we Bolt Face, it's a 1-2. They crack that, sure it gets bigger, but I don't think it's going to be great. If we had a fetch, probably would have played Goyf there. They're going to get another egg and play it. We can elect to blow that up. I'm definitely bolting face here. Don't think there are many other directions for bolts to go in this matchup. Fetch means maybe we play out Tarmogoyf. I do not know. I know I want to swing for 3, so I don't care about Exalted. They're going to go down to 8. We're going to play out Goyf. Playing out Goyf is probably better than playing out Pride Mage. I'm going to assume that's a fact. Pride Mage represents less damage. The opponent can't Ugin here. And if they do cast a Wormcoil, we can play Pride Mage, swing with the team. They block one dude, we blow up the Wormcoil, and they're going to go to 2. They get to swing with the 3/3 Lifelinker afterwards. But it's not going to be all that great. If this is a World Breaker, we're in a little bit of trouble. Blows up a land. It's Wormcoil. That's fine. Huh. Never thought I'd say Wormcoil Engine is fine. Yet here we are. We're going to crack this. Do we want the Overgrown Tomb? How likely is it for that to be relevant? It actually might be. We definitely want to grow Tarmogoyf. Okay. Although Tarmogoyf's just going to get blocked, so it's not that relevant, but still. What do we get? We have... Do we want double red? I could get Steam Vents. I don't know what I'm doing. Sacred Foundry? Sacred Foundry doesn't sound bad. Once again, Misty doesn't get Sacred Foundry. Oh, that's a pretty big pain. Overgrown Tomb for the extra point off of Tribal Flames. That could come in handy sooner or later. I kind of like the idea of double red, though. We already have double green, so maybe we don't want green. We don't have double white, though. Double red or double white? I'm going to say double red. Not going to pay shock, just in case that matters at some point. Plains. Okay, we're going to play this Breeding Pool tapped. I'm going to make sure I've read this card. Fantastic. 3 mana. Oh my lord, I almost played Breeding Pool tapped. Oh geez. I think we're just going to play the Plains. The 2 mana, 2 damage doesn't matter, let's just shock. Oh geez. Almost botched that, but good. Let's put them to 2. This is fun. They're going to block. We're going to blow this up. Pay 1. Wishing this was a lightning bolt. Would have been game. They can swing with their Lifelinker if they like. They probably just leave that back. If this is Ugin, we're in trouble. Oh, they don't have another land? Maybe they do. They are swinging. I'm expecting the board to get cleaned up then. That's probably the only reason for them to swing like that. Maybe we should have gotten Overgrown Tomb. Oh, Stone. Board getting cleaned up. Are they doing that immediately? No. Tarmogoyf. We're going to do that post-combat. Because I'm assuming a lot of stuff's going to die. Tribal Flame's not a fantastic top deck because they are exactly 1 point past its range. We have a lot of haste threats, though. Many, many haste threats. Don't think I bother showing them the planes. It doesn't seem very relevant. They have a lot of mana, though. This deck actually has ways around Ulamog, so that's neat. We can beat a resolved Ulamog. Maybe we can't. We're at 9. That's something big. Walking Ballista? Wormcoil. Double Wormcoil? Double Wormcoil. I don't think we're beating that. I'm assuming this deck has a good Tron matchup. I'm not assuming it's that good. We can path 1. That keeps us in the game. We're not going to swing. We're going to pass to them. Oh, let's find out how this is going to go. We get to path 1 dude. That's another egg. They're going to cycle. They have a lot of mana. That's 3 Urza's Towers. Ancient Stirrings, Sanctum of Ugin. That's probably just as bad. What do we got? Any more Worm... They saw 3 Wormcoil engines this game. 1 fewer and we probably would have been fine. Walking Ballista. A very big Walking Ballista. We now need to block Wormcoil to survive. They're going to go up to 11. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Do we have any outs? I feel like we don't have any outs at this point. We're going to do that. Get that guy out of here. How does this go down? We block. They go to 11. What could we draw? If Goyf was a 6-7, it would be ever so slightly better. But they would have 2 3/3 tokens anyway, so that's not even a big deal. I think we're just very, very dead. It's a land. We could let them do whatever they're doing. I believe this is mono green Tron. We haven't seen any lands produce black. Sorry, any lands that produce black. We haven't seen any eggs produce black. Only evergreen. Walking Ballista might be unique to the green deck. I'm not positive. I'm going to let them do that just because we're probably dead anyways. There's not really a need to scoop. We can just make the opponent attack. If we had gotten Overgrown Tomb, Tribal Flames would have been an out for, I think, 1 turn. Maybe 2. How do we want to sideboard? This is a matchup where I think Delay is good. Denial might also be good. This is probably one of the matchups where... This is one of the matchups where these cards are here for. Natural State I could see. Ancient Grudge I could see. Path I like. Kills Ulamog. Kills Worldbreaker. Kills Wormcoil Engine. Doesn't let them do their thing. I guess Ulamog's thing is an on cast. Worldbreaker can come back. Wormcoil effectively comes back. Path is the easiest card to keep. I don't think I want the second Snapcaster Mage, even if it's burn and counter redundancy. I think that's going to make us take out threats, and I don't really want to take out threats. I also might not run Natural State or Ancient Grudge just because I have this Pride Mage. We can cut Helix because it's not a good burn ratio. And I might cut Snapcaster Mage as well, just run the more efficient burn spells. I don't know if that's good. It's something I might do. I think we're not going to board in these. Do I even want Delay? I have no idea. I mean, that's why it's there, so maybe I should just board it in and try it out. I guess in most matchups where I'd be boarding this in, I'm boarding out Path. Because if I'm up against Storm or Adnaz, I probably don't want Path to Exile. Delay and Denial look a lot better there, whereas against Tron, Path actually hits a good chunk of targets. Pathing Wormcoil Engine sounds much better than blowing it up. I guess I want at least 1 Delay. Delay's probably better than Denial, even though it costs more mana. It's more consistent. We didn't have a 4/5 Goyf for at least a little while there. I want to say turn 4 Goyf became a 4/5, but I'm not sure. We also have Nux, but that's not necessarily going to be here. Come down in time, or even let us have enough mana to go Nux and Denial when we need it. So I think I'd rather have Delay. I also kind of want to cut Snapcaster Mage for the second, but Snapcaster Mage flashes back Tribal Flames, and that's really good. Cutting Bird seems bad. Cutting Pride Mage seems bad. Cutting everything seems bad. Okay, so either we take that path back out, or we take Snapcaster Mage out. I kind of want this. I don't think I cut any Tribal Flames. It might just be that path. Maybe 3 is enough. 3 plus Pride Mage. 3 is kind of a good chunk of paths. I probably want 1. I guess I'm not cutting it for a threat, so maybe I'm okay with this. Just trying to be more efficient. I don't know. This is the first time I am playing against Tron, really. So I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. Turn 2 Goyf. That's a pretty slow Goyf. We're going to be bolting the opponent on 1, so that's not the worst. We may or may not Mantis Rider in time. I think this is a mulligan for a faster hand. That's not faster. That is not faster. It casts all the spells we could possibly want. It just doesn't have those spells. I'm going to mulligan one more time and hope it doesn't hurt us. Cool. Okay. Bottom that. I'd rather hope for a threat. Having a Tarmogoyf looking really good right now. But alas. I kind of want to crack this fetch before we draw, because I don't really want to draw lands. I'd rather draw that lightning bolt that I'm shuffling back in. And the Wooded Foothills activated ability turned into an Ulamog for a second there if you caught it, so that was interesting. Which land do we get? We want to enable both of these. We could just get red, blue, and then green, white. Temple Garden, Steam Vents, and then a third land. That's okay. As long as we get something that is also green-white, we can cast Pride Mage, Bloodbraid Elf. Alright. Alright. This will get Stomping Ground or Steam Vents. Maybe we get another white source. Sacred Foundry. And then, I don't know, Breeding Pool. Sacred Foundry as the red. This is the green. That is the blue. Okay, we can still cast everything. Red, white, blue. We can still cast everything. Now that we have Bloodbraid Elf, I kind of want to draw more lands. Given that we're going to haste this anyways. We either haste this on 4 or we haste that on 4. So I think I'm going to increase the likelihood of drawing lands. That makes me want to account for Tribal Flames, because sooner or later we're going to cast it. Okay, so we're going to play this land, and we want... Overgrown Tomb does not cast this. So we're going to have to ignore Tribal Flames for the time being. Sacred Foundry, Breeding Pool. Gives us double green. Only 1 blue source, that's probably okay. I doubt they're going to blow up our blue source now. They probably only have Ulamog for that. Temple Garden, Sacred Foundry, Breeding Pool. Blue, this is a Sacred Foundry red, green, and then white, red, blue, cool. Sacred Foundry, Breeding Pool. That is what we're going to fetch. I very much want to make sure I don't botch this. That would be bad. That would be very, very, very bad. Breeding Pool right at the top there. Let's pay all kinds of shock. White, red, blue by your powers combined Mantis Rider. That was probably way more work than it should have been. I'll hopefully get better at this. Worst case scenario, we slam Nux next turn. Or maybe we just dome them for 4 with Tribal Flames. I think I'd rather hold off on that. I doubt they're on black. It doesn't look like they're on black. So we probably don't need to play around Collective Brutality stealing our Tribal Flames. They're going to have Tron next turn. Makes me not want to play a Knuckleblade that doesn't have haste. Bird. We can Bird plus Elf. Sorry, bird plus tribal flames. That's probably worth doing. Now I wish this was a noble hierarch. I'm assuming they're going to wipe our board, but I think it's still worth playing out the bird just in case they don't. Makes Karn a lot worse. Ugin, still very bad for us. Hopefully we'll draw the land we need to deal with the Ugin. I don't think we hold on to the tribal flames to finish off Ugin. That doesn't seem that worth it. I think I'd rather just let Ugin happen, wipe my board, draw my land. I actually want another red source. Maybe that's something I should have thought of. Maybe this should be a Steam Vents. Even though it means we don't have double green, it means we have double red, which probably is more relevant because of this guy. In this spot, we need to draw another red source, which is a lot less likely to happen. Is this just Karn? Listen to me, just Karn. That means we get to cast whatever we want. Ancient Stirrings, sure. What's that going to reveal? Another tower, cool. So you're going to have boatloads of mana next turn. Probably an Ulamog. That's a little tilting. Knuckleblade or Bloodbraid? Hey, that rhymes. Knuckleblade and Bloodbraid. Clear evidence that these two are meant to be together. I think I want to play the land and play Bloodbraid because we might hit a Knuckleblade with the Bloodbraid, and that would just be like the best thing ever. We could also, with Tribal Flames on the stack, if we hit that, we could fetch out Overgrown Tomb. It doesn't matter what color you get. You can do whatever you like, birds. Cast that. It's a bird. That's not great. That is very much not great. In that case, do we kill Karn? It's not going to get us that Mantis Rider back, but Bloodbraid's dying to Karn here. Of course, I'm fully expecting a board wipe of sorts. If it's the Ulamog variety, Nux is going to have very bad attacks, which is unfortunate. I think we're going to go face. I don't think there's much to gain by killing Karn. Oh, Karn can make us exile the Knuckleblade. Maybe we should have killed Karn. Killing Karn is better if they don't have Ulamog. If they do have Ulamog, killing Karn is probably bad. Because if they have Ulamog, Nux is bad anyways. Yeah, they're ticking up. We're going to lose Knuckleblade. That's unfortunate. Should we have kept the hand with Goyf and Bolt? I guess that Goyf would have been a 2-3. And I'm pretty sure... and they have a lot of eggs. I think I should have kept that hand and leaned very heavily on Goyf. I think we had 3 drops. No. If we had 3 drops, I'm not sure why I mulliganed. Maybe we only had 2 lands. I think that was it. Anyways, the opponent's doing stuff. Hopefully it's not too much stuff. Batterskull. That's good stuff. That is quality stuff. I did not know that Tron ran Batterskull. I'm assuming that's out of the sideboard. Do I fetch here? I don't want to draw land. What could I possibly hit? Another Bloodbraid into something that kills Batterskull. Yup. That is the out. These look much better as hierarchs right now. I don't really need a red source because birds are red sources, so I think I'm going to get the Overgrown Tomb. Bloodbraid. There you go. Bloodbraid into best card I could possibly have. What is it? What is the best card? Nicodle is not the best card. We also don't have great attacks because they're going to gain more life than we do damage. So I think we're going to very awkwardly pass the turn. Our attacks are not good, so I don't think we attack. I might double block the Germ. That's something. Karn's probably going to exile Nicodle, I think, so that double blocking the Germ is extremely bad. 2 Bloodbraid Elves do not block a 4-4 very profitably. If this is an Ugin, we go back to being overwhelmingly dead. Ooh, it's Ulamog. Once again, overwhelmingly dead. And they have a Sanctum to sack. Sure. It's a little weird that an Ugin card synergizes with Eldrazi, but I guess it also synergizes with Ugin, so there's that. They exile the elves, that's fair. We're probably going to take 4 off of that Vigilance token. They got another Wormcoil lined up, so how do we win here? Oh, they exile that. I forgot about that. We're just overwhelmingly dead, right? Tribal Flames does not do it. 2 Tribal Flames do the trick. Can't draw 2 Actually, they don't. That Germ gained 4 life. We can blow up Batterskull. Too little too late on that Pride Mage. We're not technically dead, but we may as well be dead. Not a lot we can do here. We can chump Ulamog for a couple of turns thanks to those birds. Wormcoil Engine probably going to do the trick. If we draw Path to Exile into a bunch of amazing threats and the opponent has Stone Cold nothing, we might make it. They try to exile that, we're going to blow this up. Oh, they're going to bounce it. I forgot how much mana Tron has. Actually, I entirely forgot about that ability. Well, at least Tron didn't get the Pride Mage, so that's good. We're dead in 4 turns to Ulamog exiling card. Actually, is that 20? That is 20, not 10. We are dead in... not technically 2 turns. We're only going to draw 2 cards in those 2 turns. But on our 3rd draw step, we are very dead. Do we just scoop? They made black. Look at that. They made black. Are they on green-black Tron? Black-green? Does it matter? Are you just playing with me? Abrupt Decay? Cobrew? What is it? I want to know. I really want to know. A lot of... it's just Wormcoil. So are they on mono green? It looks like it. They're going to swing. This is game 2, so I don't care how much information the opponent gets. They can look at our deck. We're going to chump. I don't think we can win, but we'll keep playing. It's not like this game's going to last much longer. We can't kill the opponent, but we can kill Karn, and I think that's a pretty good consolation prize. We get to deal 5 to Karn. That ain't bad. I can live with that. I can live with that. Do we swing with the bird since we're dead anyways? I think we swing with the bird. That's something your Noble Hierarch can't do. Attack fearlessly into a Wormcoil Engine. Bam. Look at that. What are... dismember? That is so funny. Our opponent is great. Oh, that's fantastic. They dismembered our bird so it couldn't connect. They couldn't even let us have that. Oh, that's so amazing. Alright, we are very, very, very dead. I'm going to hit 6. Still fun. Still had fun. Expected that to go better than it did. Maybe that was an Outlier and Tron matchups and were actually really favorable against them. Who knows? They also hit a lot of Wormcoil in Game 1. They hit Wormcoil plus Batterskull in Game 2, so maybe they just had an abnormally high amount of lifelink. I don't know. I'm going to head into Match 5. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.